Thank you, Mayor and Council, for the opportunity to speak with you on the topic of carbon budgets this evening. My name is Cheryl Wiens. I'm a township resident, and though I am also the communications coordinator for the BC Greens of Langley, I would like to point out that the climate crisis is a non-partisan issue, and it will require all of us working together to adequately address it. As you know, the burning of fossil fuels puts carbon dioxide into our atmosphere, which causes warming. At a certain point, atmospheric carbon concentrations will reach a threshold, causing global temperatures to rise to dangerous levels. Recent science makes it clear that if the global community continues emitting carbon into the atmosphere at current rates, we will likely exceed the safety limit sometime in the 2030s or perhaps the 2040s. In October of 2018, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released a landmark report. The report made it clear that to stay below the safety limit, we need to reduce emissions to 45% below 2010 levels by 2030 and reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050. These targets are critically important because they enable governments all over the world to develop carbon budgets designed to keep us below the safety limit. So what is a carbon budget? Well, a carbon budget in many ways is analogous to a financial budget. Using this analogy, one could say that we have been overspending carbon for decades, which is risking a collapse for which there is no bailout. It's therefore critical that we inventory our carbon spending to determine where our emissions are coming from, and then determine the actions necessary to nearly halve our overspending by 2030 and balance the budget by 2050. And just like in the financial world, regular reporting of the carbon budget financial statements will be critically important for transparency, accountability, and informed decision-making. In January, Vancouver City Council passed a motion to declare a climate emergency and tasked staff with developing a carbon budget in line with IPCC recommendations. Staff determined that the City of Vancouver as a community emits nearly 3 megatons of CO2 every year, and that number needs to drop by about 92,000 tons every year from now until 2030 to meet the first IPCC target. Some initiatives that would achieve this annual reduction goal are switching 15% of vehicle trips to active transportation and transit, replacing 35,000 gasoline cars with electric cars, replacing 22,000 furnaces with heat pumps, and switching the downtown district energy system to renewable energy. Now, you might be wondering how we're going to pay for this, and that would be a fair question. One to which I would answer, we are going to pay one way or another. For example, we know the climate crisis comes with increased risk of extreme weather events. And we know from recent experience that these extreme weather events can be very costly. For example, 360,000 in December of 2017 and 250,000 in December of 2018. Furthermore, the initiatives we undertake to reduce emissions will have a significant return on investment due to lower energy costs and other community benefits. For example, reduced congestion, improved air quality, and improved health outcomes, just to name a few. You may also be interested to know that in addition to the City of Vancouver, 6 other municipalities in the Lower Mainland have already declared a climate emergency and adopted IPCC targets. Furthermore, the Metro Vancouver Regional District is now set to adopt the IPCC targets as recommended to the board by their Climate Action Committee just a week or two ago. All of this should make it clear to us that the climate crisis is not something we can put off into the future. It is here and now. We face an existential threat of our own making, and I think you'll agree that acting is a moral imperative. Thank you.